Hi friends, welcome back to LilyPad Custom Crochet. I am updating you guys on a project that I've been working on for probably 2 months. And this project has quite a story. I started it as my sweater for this season. Every season I think I might try to make a new sweater. So the one that I wear every day, I do love. And I got that pattern from Pamela's Adoring Crochet. So at first I started to do that, and I got the whole back panel done, and she starts working on the one panel, and then you go on to the other panel, and I got a sleeve done, and I was like, no, half a sleeve, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all, and I loved it the first time I made it, and it all had to do with the yarn that I chose. This time I am using 2 strands of yarn held together because I loved one of them, but I needed it to be thicker, so then I held it up with black. We'll go over that in a moment. Then I ripped that all out, and that, was heart-wrenching because it was practically almost done. Then I decided to take a break from it, and I made 2 granny hexagon sweaters, which I'll go over at a later time. I made 2 of those for Christmas presents for people, for kids. And I was like, okay, the very first sweater that I tried to make myself, and I, did make myself, and I've wore it for a long time, is in my thumbnail. And that one is, you have to pardon my eyes, guys. I just got back from Kalahari, so I still have chlorine eyes and chlorine face and chlorine everywhere, even though I showered twice. I still feel like I'm caked with chlorine. Anyway. Yeah, so I started that, okay, so the picture in my thumbnail is the sweater that I originally did when I first started crocheting, and I rocked it, and I love it still, and I still have it. I wear it at home. That one was from Krista at the Secret Yarnery, and it was called her Party Cardi. And that was like, I don't know, 5 years ago, maybe 5 years ago I made it, 4 years ago, something like that. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna rip all this first sweater idea that I had, which was following the last sweater that I made, which is the Pamela's Adoring Crochet, ripped all that out, and then I started doing the granny square, the granny hexagon. And I got one whole paddle done. Now, I thought I took a picture of the first debacle, but I can't find it in my camera anywhere. So then all I have is the second picture that I ripped out. So I got one whole side done and got, I believe, almost down to the cuff of the sleeve. I think I did the cuff of the sleeve. And I went to try it on, and it was stiff. And it was just not what I was looking for. Like, the issue is that I'm holding 2 strands together, so it's thicker. So I have to use a thicker hook as well. I'm using a K hook for what I'm doing now. I tried the last one with a J hook, and then the first one I did with a K hook, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. It was too short this way, and then I had to elongate it, and then that's weird. And then I did find a video, and I don't even remember what it was called or who it was, about how to make hexagon sweaters bigger for plus-size women. So I was, looking at that, but I just couldn't pay attention. Like, I don't know. Now that I'm on to reading patterns and, like, honing in on that, like, I don't have the patience anymore to follow a tutorial on the video. It's kind of weird because that's all I knew. So I ripped that all out. Here it is. Nova Gnome Creations. I watched like the first 15 minutes of the video, and I thought maybe I got the concept, and then I thought about it, and I'm like, do I really want to put more work into it, considering I don't like how thick it is and how it doesn't have any movement whatsoever. So then I thought, well, is that going to fix that issue? Probably not. So I decided to not follow along with her tutorial. And again, no offense to her. Great tutorial, great explanation. I believe that she has figured it out, that she has been able to adjust it for plus size. So the arms don't get like, you know, as big as your waist. I believe she's figured it out, and I definitely would recommend it. Again, it's Nova Gnome Creations. How to modify a granny hexagon cardigan for a plus size body. Wonderful. Just chose the wrong yarn in the first place. And now I'm stuck on this yarn, and I wanted to use this yarn, and I don't want to substitute the yarn for anything else. So, then I was looking, and I came across something that sparked my eye on Yarn Inspirations. And I have the back panel done, and I'm working on the front panel, I do believe. Left front. Yeah, I'm working on the left front. Left front and right front are the same. Like, even this pattern alone, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages of notes so far for just this pattern. So it is called Yarn Inspirations Slouchy Crochet Cardigan. So let's go over the yarn. The yarn I'm using, and this is all I have left of one of the balls, is Yarn Art Specific. No, I think it's Specific. No, Pacific. I always do that. Yarn Art Pacific. And it is a number 2 weight. It has 218 yards per ball. I think I'm already on the fourth ball. But I still have this to go through that was from the other sweaters that I just wound up together. So this isn't all what you're seeing. Oh, and this one. So I've just been working off of the balls that I made from my boo-boos. So that's what this is. It is 20% wool, 80% acrylic. It is a number 2, and it had a lot number for the color, and I don't remember what it is, and I did not write that down. But it's got like these blues, purples, turquoises, like very, very pretty. Very pretty. And then I am pairing it with Crafter's Secret Big Idea from Hobby Lobby. And that one I think is charcoal. Nope, pepper.com. So I went through one of those that was used. So I don't know exactly how much yarn I've used so far. But here's what the picture looks like. And this is a free pattern off of Yarn Inspiration. So this is what I decided on. I am using a K hook. And as you saw, using the 2 strands together. So here so far is the back panel. It tears on the sides, so I won't have droopy arms. It tears up there at the neck, so it won't be too weird. But here's the hole. I love the way that it looks. I'll give you a little closer view here. Of course, it has purple in the background from my sweater, but you get it. And then I have, now it's still connected, but this is the front panel then. And the front panel works from the bottom up, and so did that. So then I had to make another panel, and then there's a whole nother slew of instructions for the sleeves. So I think I have found the pattern that I'm going to follow, so I can finally share it with you. We're going to see how long this takes me. I'm going to work on it today and probably the next 2 to 3 weeks, because that's the slow pace that it's going, which is fine. So I was over at my mom's for dinner, and 2 of my other family members, part of my gay pack, were there. And there, you know, Jill's kind of like my, I don't know, I've got like 6 moms. I had 6 moms at one point. It was an amazing life. So one of my moms from my gay pack was there, Jill. And she fell in love with the sweater that I was wearing, which was Pamela's Adoring Crochet's sweater pattern. And I told her that I found this other one that I kind of liked because she wanted it a little bigger, like long and like slouchy-ish, like really oversized and like cuddly and comfy that she can, you know, cuddle up on the couch with the dogs. So I showed her the pattern that I'm working on. I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is the one I'm working on. Like, I think I have it all figured out. I think it's going to look awesome. And she loved the size. So I think she wants one after I figure out how to make this one. I don't know. This pattern I thought said was easy. It does. Yeah, I'm not so sure. It's a lot. It is a lot. It's the most effort I've put into a sweater. Now, granted, I've only ever really made 2, but technically now I've made 4 because I did make 2 of the Hexy Cardi. So for my technical, you know, 3rd wearable, I'm liking this one so far. I think that this is the flow that I was looking for. The other one was like so stiff. It was like, this kind of flows a little bit. It is going to be a little thicker. Now, I do also know that I am using 2 different materials, but I figured this is only 20% wool and 80% acrylic. So what is, you know, more acrylic? I mean, you know, did it matter at that point that I'm adding acrylic? If this was 100% wool, then, you know, I might have thought differently. But this is a wool acrylic blend. So, and it's mostly acrylic. It's only 20% wool, which it feels like it's 20% wool. And I really wanted it to carry on that wool feel and that wool softness and coziness, which is why I doubled it up. Not doubled it up, but used 2 strands and went in with the black because I wanted it thick and I wanted it cozy and a little stiff. I didn't want, you know, Frankenstein-y, but, you know, or a mummy. But I wanted it to be a little thick, a little thicker than the last one that I made where I followed Pamela's. Alrighty, friends, that's all I have. Thank you so much for stopping by. Be safe and stay groovy. Bye.